My name's David Swartz. This is my third year for hosting the DGR and setting it up in New London. I enjoy vintage bikes because you can see the mechanics of the bike, and that's what I really enjoy. So many of the bikes today, are plastic covered. I do enjoy the older bikes because they're made out of alloys, and you can really enjoy the mechanics and the style of the engine and the frame together.
My name is Jim Johnson. Where am I from? Bearsden, Glasgow, Scotland. What motivated me to take part in the ride? I don't think there was motivation. I was strong-armed into it because I started riding with these fellas up here in New London, New Hampshire, and to be part of their little club, their little clique, their little cult, you had to ride in the DGR, so that's how it happened for me. I was bitten by the DGR bug. I think once you've participated once, you're going to be back for more. It's just such a brilliant experience and a brilliant time.
My name is Mark Reed. How long have I been riding a motorcycle? I probably started riding around the age of 9 years of age, something like that. My parents were divorced and I just wanted an outlet, I guess. And every kid in my neighborhood rode motorcycles. Schoolboy scrambles and schoolboy weekends was just a thing. I had to push my motorcycle to events. That was pretty horrific as a small boy, and I rode around the field like everyone else. And I had a BSA Bantam, which was like a big boy bike. And it was an ex-Royal Mail Bantam, BSA Bantam, and it cost £15. I had to borrow that from my neighbour, and I was earning about £2 a week on a paper round, and I never thought I'd pay it off.
The Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is a bunch of motorcycle enthusiasts that want to get together, ride their vintage motorcycles, dress dapper, and raise money for a good cause. My favourite thing about the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is to see all the motorcycles that turn out, all the classic bikes. That's my thing, classic bikes. You can see all the modern bikes. It doesn't really do it for me. To see vintage motorcycles, and then on top of that, have all the lads and lassies when they turn up dressed in the vintage or the dapper clothing. I think it's just a wonderful experience.
If you go through the videos and look at the videos that are made from each ride that the groups make, it's amazing in this world where everybody feels there's so many differences that you take a look at these videos and it seems that everybody enjoys the same things, such as riding motorcycles, the way they dress. Looking at these, we're more alike than different.
think for anyone who doesn't ride, they'll never understand it, but for those of us that do, let's not kid ourselves. In today's world, this digital world that we live in, there's a lot of stress. We've crammed ourselves full of things to do. We're busier than we've ever been. So when you know at the end of a day that you can jump on the motorcycle, go out there and blast through the countryside and feel the wind in your face and smell all the smells, it's probably the best stress relief known to mankind, in my humble opinion.
The first DGR I did was really based on a person who moved me forward in motorcycles, and many of the riders that ride with us. Jim Bernier died of prostate cancer. He left a big hole in this, sorry. He left a big hole in this community. And the problem is that prostate cancer is one of the cancers that is totally curable if it's caught soon enough. And we just have to make people aware to test for it, to watch out for it, because it doesn't have to take any more lives.
Our event has evolved. It started off at someone's house, and now we're at a lakeside mansion set in 385 acres. That's beautiful, and more people turn up, and more people are involved.
My favorite thing about the ride is the varied motorcycles that show up, the people you meet that you would probably never run across. Last year we had people come from Buffalo to ride in the ride. This year I've got somebody coming from California to ride here in the ride. So it's just getting the people together and having the conversations you have.
What keeps me coming back to the DGR? For one, I love what it stands for. I love riding for men's mental health, but I love the banter. I love the brotherhood that we've created here with the classic motorcycles, and that's what keeps me coming back.
So what is it like being part of a worldwide organization? Ooh, that's a good question. So DGR being worldwide, I think it means that you're not alone no matter where you go. And come on, you get to see all kinds of cool bikes. And that's what initially drove me in, just the coolness, you know. But that collectiveness, we're all aiming for the same goal. And even if it's as simple as we're bonded by our love of cool motorcycles, that's more than enough.
Riding today was a good ride. Beautiful roads up here in New Hampshire, so we're really blessed that way. And the weather cooperated, didn't rain, sun's coming out now, so lots of cool bikes to watch while we're going by. So yeah, it's a good ride.
It was windy, a little bit of everything.
Gorgeous.
Great landscaping.
3 lakes.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
A memorable moment from the past ride. I was the only bike that broke down in last year's ride, so yeah, that's the memorable moment.
Well, James Johnson has many problems, but he did have one with his bike where he had a terrible wiring harness. It was an original 1969 wiring harness, and he was too cheap to buy a new one. So he thought he'd get through an event, and it didn't. He broke down. He had to be rescued by myself and others, and a trailer and a support crew, just to get him home.
I think the most memorable moment I want to share is watching somebody ride a motorcycle down the street in a kilt. Yeah, I'm not riding with this group next year.
What made me want to start riding a motorcycle? That's a long answer. When I was a young lad, we used to hang about at a wall on a street, like most other young lads, congregate at the street. And I remember once there was this guy walking towards us. He had long hair and tight jeans and a scabby black leather jacket and a cigarette jauntily hanging out the corner of his mouth. And as he walked past, we all stopped talking and turned our heads to watch this guy go past, this specimen go past. And on the back of this scabby leather jacket was written, "Triumph." And I happened to blurt out, "Hey big man, do you ride a motorcycle?" And he stopped and slowly spun himself round with a cigarette still hanging out the corner of his mouth and said, "Aye wee man, triumph, only the best." And that was it. The seed was planted.